What's up? What's up? Welcome to the channel. If you are new, hey y'all, hey, my name is Quitta, better known as Kitty on the channel. Take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe for the vibe. Make sure you ding the notification bell. I hope that I'm speaking loud enough. It's not even 7 o'clock in the morning, um, but I have an amazing reading for you today. It's going to tell you what from your past is holding you back. So if you're interested in this kind of reading, make sure you keep watching. Make sure you like to let me know that you like these type of readings. Make sure you like so that other people can find this reading. And make sure you comment to let me know, like, let's connect. Like, don't be shy, y'all. We are a part of the community. You are a part of the community. So do not be intimidated to comment. I love comments. I love to interact with y'all. Like, I'm creating this community, this safe community, not only for me, but for y'all. So make sure y'all take a moment to check out the description box as well. Check out my Etsy, get all kinds of t-shirts, um, candles, all types of gifts. Check out my Etsy gift shop. Pause. Check out my Etsy gift shop. The link is in the description box. So yeah, help me get these subscribers up so I can start doing giveaways. My favorite part. So excited. Um, yeah, so every time I get a new 100 type of subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. So the first 100, um, I did not, but the 200 subscribers, then I get 300, and so on and so on. So every time I hit 100, I'm doing a giveaway. So help me get there. Now, this reading, again, is going to tell you what from your past is holding you back. So if this is the type of reading that you're interested in, make sure you like. All right, let's take our 3 deep breaths. I do not have anything for y'all to like pick with. So pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. Okay, pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. If you need more time, pause the video. Otherwise, I'm moving on to pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1. This song that I'm hearing is somebody who can make it better, somebody who can open the keys to your heart. I think that's how the song goes. That's the song that I'm hearing. So let's see what from your past is holding you, my sweet cool cat. Up. Vows. Oh my gosh. I'm saying oh my gosh because I literally picked up on a relationship and the back of the is love life. So that makes sense. It's just like, whoa. Somebody can make it better. Somebody. Ooh, this one's bad. Who can open up the to your heart? Ooh, oh my gosh. Ooh, chills is going all up my body for you, pile number 1. Whoa. Whoa. Whew. I did not immediately know that this was going to be such a heavy reading. Now, okay, with vows, doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship, like romantic relationship, although I am seeing that, but I'm also seeing um, this vow representing a promise to like, I, there's a Luther Vandross song, here and now, I promise to love faithfully. But they did not. Or, okay, let me just read what I'm reading. Okay, so for the first half of y'all, this is about a relationship. And they were either unfaithful or they left you, they broke their vows, and they left you feeling like an orphan. They left you feeling abandoned, alone, without love, feeling like you don't deserve love now. Like this caught you off guard. Like why did this happen? What happened? Okay, this is a loss here. Okay, literally messed up your whole belief system. Okay, now for others of you, this is like a broken promise between children or between kids or between like is a promise between siblings, okay? Never leave me, never leave my side, never, we do everything together, you know, type of thing. But one of them, one of y'all either had bad health or just passed on, okay? Doesn't have to be due to bad health, but just something happened to where they are no longer here. Okay, they have passed on from their physical body. And that has left you feeling abandoned. You don't know where to turn. You don't know what to believe anymore. Like, this is like, I promise I'll never leave your side. But they left your side physically, and you are out here feeling alone, feeling abandoned, feeling confused, feel like you don't know what to do, who to turn to, just feeling very alone on the street, on the cold, on the corner, on the curb. That's very heavy. You, pile number one, got some heavy emotions, okay? And that is what's holding you back. Now, the past doesn't have necessarily be past life, just what has happened to you over the course of your life. And the main thing that's really, really the prominent thing at this time that's holding you back is this loss. This loss of a loved one, this loss of a family member, a friend, a sibling, a romantic partner has left you feeling like a child that's been abandoned or an orphan child. It's got you feeling lost and confused and you don't know what to believe anymore. Heavy on the grief, heavy on the you have this love but you don't know how to show it. You don't know how to um, reenact it, receive it, okay? Ooh, had to breathe out on that one. Somebody who will make it better. Somebody can open up the. Oh my gosh, yeah. Same thing here. Same thing here. You're angry. You're upset. You're wanting revenge. You're trying to. Yeah, man. I am so sorry, pile number one. And you are very judgment. Like you're heavy on the I would rather have revenge than to try and get over this calmly. For you, pal number one, I really feel like you are torn. Torn in between the two. Cause I really wanna be with you. But something's telling me I should leave you alone. Leave you alone. Leave you alone. Yeah. So if you don't resonate with a past one loved one, this is either you or the person that you were in a relationship with walking away. Like you felt like you supported them and they became this hot shot and you were left with missed opportunities basically. And you feel like you were wronged. You feel like you didn't get your justice. You haven't got your justice. You feel like the scales are tipped not in your favor. You are definitely an angry adult. Okay, you have a lot of stuff that you're like, this wasn't fair. I, and the arms are folded. Like, yeah. You are like, I had an unfair life. I had unfair hand dealt to me. So that's what I'm getting for you, pal number one. That is the big bulk of what from your past is holding you back. Like either a passed on loved one that you were really, really close to, and now you feel like nobody understands you. You feel lost in the world. You feel like you have no direction. You feel like you have no purpose. Um, yeah. And when that gets a hold of you, pal number one, it gets a hold of you. Like when Boiler Hat had that boiler hat on, like, and the thing was just straight taking over. With the Queen of Wands, like she was so enraged by Snow White, so enraged that she did all of this to try to get rid of her. Like, and the Two of Wands just not being able to find your peace, not being able to find your balance, not being able to find yourself, holding on to judgment, like not willing to release it because it's not fair. There is no justice. There hasn't been no justice. So you're left with this judgment of it's not fair. How can everything work out when this did not work out? When they left me, when I'm by myself, when I'm alone, when I have nobody. Oh my God, I just realized Bowler Hat Guy was also an orphan. Oh, goosebumps. Y'all feeling so alone. And it's sad. Like this anger that you're feeling is actually sadness that's being, okay, it's sadness, but the only way that you know how to express I'm sad is your anger. Your anger is also tied in with your sadness, pile number one. I don't like, does that make sense? Like when something hurts your feelings, your reaction is not to get sad and cry. Your reaction is to get mad and do something about it, basically. You see what I mean? Like this sadness though has been showing up as anger, but you're really sad. You're having a moment. But that is the big bulk of what from your past is holding you back. Okay, so let's see your spirit messages on how to get through that. You have the great cosmic void. No, it doesn't say the great cosmic void. It says the void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. So your spirit advice is to embrace how you're feeling. Right now, like literally, you're in this void of darkness. Okay? And the only way to stop spiraling is to stop. Embrace what you're feeling. Embrace winter. Embrace that everything dies, that everything lives. Embrace this circle of life. The great cosmic womb is about literally the circle of life, and it's about nurturing. It's literally like understanding that our life as humans is like that of a tree, like that of a plant. Wow, you have the weight of the world. Spirit, your message is to let go the weight of the world. Your Something that I used to do is, and I actually had this revelation like not that long ago, is like growing up, I would take like for example, if my mother was doing something that I would be embarrassed about, like I would be embarrassed for her, and I would take that on, like, oh my God, like her actions are my actions, and now I'm feeling how she is supposed to be feeling, but she's unbothered. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like carrying the weight of the world, carrying other people's baggage, like whatever this family member was doing that got them, that got their life shortened. That's not your burden to carry. You know, we seem to think that we can help people who don't want to be helped. You can never, ever help someone who does not want to help themselves. And so, say for example, you were trying your best to help somebody and you couldn't, and they walked away and they passed away, and you know, whatever the situation was, they walked away from you, the relationship ended, or this person passed on, and you are holding that like, this is because of me, this is my fault, it's because I didn't do this and this and this, or you know, that person didn't do this and this and this, it's because of somebody, it's because of this, it's because of, oh, it's so heavy. It just makes me want to flip these cards. It makes me want to ball it up. Like, I really feel your anger, pile number one, and it just makes me want to, I want to break something, I want to punch something. Like, I really feel very like, I want to scream. I feel like I'm in a box. Okay, I feel like I'm in a box, and I feel like I um like I'm like I'm like I'm trapped. Like I can't get out of this space that I'm in. Like that's what I feel like. I feel like I can't. I feel like everywhere I turn, there's frustration. I'm upset. I I could literally like keep doing this. I feel like you're tense. Yeah, you're on alert, on guard. Like I feel like that. But yeah, you have boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. The message for you is to let it go. The hardest thing that you're going to do, but the best thing that you can do. See that? It's the hardest thing for you, but it's also the best thing to do for you that would save your life, that would save your mental health, that would save you, is to let things go. I'm not telling you to forget this loved one that passed on, but I'm telling you to honor them in a healthy way that would honor them. If your loved one was, for example, uh, killed in a drive-by, uh, honoring them would not be to get in a drive-by and do the same thing to someone else. Honoring them would be to live the life that they wanted for themselves. You see what I mean? Like, if they were like a victim of their circumstances, meaning they fell to the streets instead of going this way, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. They fell to the streets, and instead of you walking in their footsteps and joining the streets, you're actually supposed to do the opposite. Honoring them is to live the life that they would have lived. You see what I mean? Not like, okay, I'm not saying like don't live your life and follow your dreams. I'm saying the best way to honor them is to live out your best life. That's the best way to honor them because they weren't able to live their best life. So it's up to you to live your best life, not just hold on to, oh, they left me, oh, they're no longer here with me. Um, like, yeah, you have to really like, and I'm not getting like upset with you, but I just feel very angry. But you gotta let this go. Like it is very consuming. Like my mind is literally feel like there's being consumed. I don't know how to explain it, but this is when I'm tuning into you, like I really feel like I'm going into the void of darkness. And the only thing that I can do is scream in anger and anguish and sadness. Like you feel unheard. You feel like people don't understand. This is a big loss, okay? If it's not a loved one, it's just a long-term relationship. Yeah, like this is the type of relationship that you would have lost yourself in. But the only way to get better is to let it go and to reopen yourself up. Reopen up your hearts. Yeah, oh my God, what they say? How did you go from the void to that? Isn't that a beautiful transition? To know that on the other side of this, when you start to let things go, that this is what your world will be, that this is what your inner world will be, not that turmoil, but beauty, nourishment, flourishing. I love that. You'll survive. I didn't even read that, but it says you'll survive this. Exactly. It's not the end of your world. It is your time to begin to live. For some of y'all, and don't shoot the messenger, okay? Okay, do not shoot the messenger. But I'm hearing they died so that you could live, so that you could thrive. And their time is up. They might have had something going on with their stomach. Yeah, some of somebody's loved one died in childbirth, and some of y'all, that's just confirming that this is a sibling that passed on, that maybe had something with the stomach. New solutions and beginnings. See what I mean? You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. Wow. You have two beautiful cards. Look how full of life this is. Earth pulsing. Pulse of Mother Nature. Time to slow down. Spend some time in nature. So it's time for you to slow down and spend some time in nature and let nature take that shit from you and give you this mothering that you need. You are never alone when you have Mother Nature. The name is in it, Mother Nature. You need some love, go out into nature. Nature has the love to give you, more than enough. Whether it's in the air, whether it's in the ground, whether it's in the water. Okay? Nature offers you love. And that is what I have for you, but I do want to leave you with some words. Somebody would make it better. Somebody. Forgiveness. Look into your heart. If this is a passed on loved one, please forgive them. Please forgive the situation. If this is a relationship that ended and left you high and dry, forgive you. Forgive yourself. Forgive the situation. And trust. Literally, you're having a hard time trusting. But when you begin to forgive and open your heart, you will love again. You will trust again, pile number one. Investigate what triggers you. Your triggers highlight what inside of you needs exploration and healing. Again, with the letting go. I am letting go of today's stress. I invest my time doing what makes me feel good. I welcome change. I use my time wisely. You will find that joy again, pile number one. You have this constant reminder that keeps popping up that you will find your joy again. You will have that peace again. You will find your light again. The courage you are asking for will come to you. You have to learn to move through fear, though. Courage, like Courage the Cowardly Dog, he was always scared. That's what pissed me off. But just because you're scared doesn't mean that you have to give in to fear. You can still do the right thing. You can still get through fear. Courage is built by doing the things that you are fearful of. Have the courage to live your truth and speak your truth. You have the support of thousands. So that's what I have for you, pile number one. Moving on to pile number two. But if this reading resonated with you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And definitely check out the description box for all the, links. All right, if you chose pile number two, let's see what from your past is holding you back. What's interesting about yours is some of y'all is upset about like the unanswered and answered prayers. Okay? So you're upset and you're holding on to the fact that all the times that you prayed and your prayers weren't heard, your prayers weren't answered, all the times that you did like some manifestation technique and you did not get what you asked for in the way that you wanted it. All right, so there's a song that goes, sometimes what's the song? Yeah. Sometimes um, thank God for unanswered prayers. I think that's how it goes. Hold on, let me look up the song is Garth Brooks. It's called Unanswered Prayers, and I do recommend y'all listen to it. It's a 1990 song, but I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna just read y'all some of the lyrics. She was the one that I'd wanted for all times, and each night I'd spend praying that God would make her mine. And if he'd only grant me this one wish, I wished back then I'd never ask for anything again. Sometimes I thank God for unanswered prayers. Remember when you're talking to the man upstairs, and just because he doesn't answer doesn't mean he doesn't care. Cause oh my God, I'm getting a high pitch ring in my right ear. It's 7:37 a.m. and got chills on this song right here. So yeah, and just because he doesn't answer doesn't mean he doesn't care. Cause some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Very cool. She wasn't quite the angel that I remembered in my dreams, and I could tell that time had changed me. In her eyes, too, it seemed. We tried to talk about the old days. There wasn't much we could recall. I guess the Lord knows what he doesn't after all. I mean, what he's doing after all. And as she walked away, well, I looked at my wife. And then there I thanked the good Lord for the gifts in my life. Oh my gosh. It's been a while since I heard that song, but look, you can't see them, but I got goosebumps over my legs and hands. Yeah. So, ooh, and on my face. I gotta listen to that song when I'm finished reading. But no, yeah, so yeah, like you're holding on to, like you're wishing and praying and you know what I'm saying? And it's like sometimes things that you don't get is actually the blessing. And you got to be grateful for the good things that are actually in your life, because sometimes what you ask for, you get what you get better, you know. So yeah, you just can't see that right now, but it's okay. The high priestess, you over here thinking that you don't deserve, like you unworthy because you're not getting the things that you're asking for. You feel like you gotta take things into your own hands and do things the shisty, manipulative way. You gotta work the dirty jobs to get what you want, to be fulfilled and satisfied. That's how you be thinking. Sometimes yeah, so that's really what's holding you back. Like the fact that You are holding on to things that you've been praying for, that you swear up and down that you need, that you want. But whenever you put in the work, it's either half-assed, um, or you're just over the top and being manipulative and sneaky and doing little shortcuts to try to get to where you want to be. Um, and then this also goes to like the you pray and then you let it go. You don't try to control how it's going to come to you, and that's what you be doing. So, let's see what spirit wants to say about like how to get over what's holding you back. Like because the thing about you is you feel like um kind of like if somebody got something and you want it, you feel like you deserve it or should have it more than this other person. Like the way like you're ooh, like I'm not saying you bougie or uppity. It's just like you have an entitled bratty. Don't shoot the messenger, y'all. You have an entitled bratty energy. Okay, like when somebody tells you no, like you haven't been told no before. Like when someone tells you no, you're like, you know, it's a whole thing. All right. It's like when someone tells you no, you're gonna go out and get it the way you know how to get it. You know what I mean? And you're holding on to the fact that you have been praying and you have been working on these manifestation techniques, but the thing is you haven't been working on yourself. You haven't been working on your emotions. You haven't been stabilizing your emotions, okay? You haven't been doing the shadow work. There are no shortcuts, pile number 2. And you will find that out. Like sometimes when stuff isn't going how we want it to go in our life, it's because we need adjustments, not our internal needs work. So you have the golden children. Yeah, you need to do inner child work. I was picking up on that because I said bratty, and when I said bratty, I was seeing like a child having like a hissy fit, like you didn't get what I want, you know. Like you need to do inner child work. You need to be tender with yourself. Come back to the innocence, the fun, the love, the life of everything, and then appreciate the gifts that you have. If we like to look at what everybody else is doing and look at what everybody else has, and like when we see what everybody else has and we see what everybody else um, is doing, we're like, should I be doing that? I mean, I would like that amount of money, but like, you know, but there shouldn't be a comparison. Like, admiration is different, inspiration is different, but when you become the green-eyed monster looking at everybody else's life, that takes away from the joy and the love that's in your life. Comparison is the thief of joy. We have child of the cosmos. You definitely need to do inner child work. You have some gifts, pile number 2, writing gifts, praying gifts. Um, you know, you have the potential to be a master manifester, but you got a lot of emotions that you need to cipher through, and you got a lot of unlearning to do, and you got a lot of inner child. You got a lot of work to do. You got inner child work, shadow work, unlearning. You got to do. You got to cipher through some stuff to get to you. We have child of the cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Exactly. This is like what you want wants you. So whatever you are like praying for, whatever you're wishing for, you don't have to be so desperate about it. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You don't wishes. I think that's how, let me look it up again. Okay, so the song is Desperado. Why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Oh, you're a hard one, but I know that you've got your reasons. These things that are pleasing you can hurt you somehow. See? Don't you draw the queen of diamonds, boy. She'll beat you if she's able. Know the queen of hearts is always your best bet. Well, it seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table. but you only want the things that you can't get. Oh my gosh, goosebumps. Desperado, you know you ain't getting no younger. Your pain and your hunger driving you home. And freedom, oh freedom, well, that's just some people talking. Your prison is walking through this world all alone. Ooh, y'all listen to Desperado because that's literally the vibe. If you don't get your she, I see together because it's like you want what everybody else got. You don't want what you know, like that. Double mission. You got a mission on out heaven, which is like out of, you know what? Y'all should actually look up the meaning of heaven because some of these words we just have like a different visual. But it's like yeah, you have a mission on earth and a bigger universal mission. Okay. Light worker. Wow. I didn't even read like I said it, I folded whatever and I'm just talking. Anyways, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. Exactly. That's what I said. Like you got to get to being who you got to find out who you are without all those attachments. You have a double mission. Your first mission is self-discovery. Self-acceptance is all about self. And then the second one is showing up as this version of you that you have uncovered. Bam, that's good. That's good. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? Riding those fences for so long. Oh, you gonna find your pride. You gonna have that strength. You're resilient. Roaches are nasty, but you are resilient. You have flies and bedbugs, which are people draining your energy. Spies, people that's in your life are spies. They're drainers. Your thoughts are draining. Your thoughts are not helping. December. Y'all might have a birthday in December or something. Discoveries are going down in December. I love you, but I'm not in love with you. Back to the song that says you want what you can't have. I care about you. Aunt. Better everything is on the way. I love that one. Love it, love it. I'm tired of the same things. Not worth it. Yeah, so when December comes, pound number two, you're already going to be ready for this change in your life. You're already going to be ready for the shift. You're already going to be ready to cut people off. Because once you start working on yourself, the people who are just not really in it for you, they're going to reveal themselves. Like, it's nothing you're going to have to go out and do. People are going to reveal themselves to you. They're true, true, okay? They are going to reveal themselves, and by December, you might be alone. You might, but it's good. It's better to be alone than in bad company. People who don't deserve your company and your energy. So that's what I have for you. Pound number two, like, comment, and subscribe. And the video resonated, let your girl know down below. And finally, pound number three. What from your past is holding you back? You have health, wars and battles, forgiveness. So if you guys were in the military, y'all might deal with like PTSD, or you are dealing with some type of trauma. Now, this type of trauma is healed through forgiveness. Now, people need to understand that forgiveness does not mean reconciliation. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you. Forgiveness is accepting that that something has happened and there's nothing that you can do to change or control that situation. That is what forgiveness is. It's a form of acceptance. I accept that this happens. I accept that there is nothing that I can do from it besides learn from it and move forward. That is what forgiveness is. People think that forgiveness is this big, I forgive you, as in, even though you gut me like a fish, I I forgive you. That has never happened before. Clean slate. To forgive means to accept you as a betrayer into my life over and over again. But you can, if that's how you choose to forgive. But if you have forgiven someone and those feelings that you have negatively toward that situation, if they're still there, then you have not forgiven. Forgiveness is understanding that you cannot change what has happened. You can only learn from it. You cannot, it's just a form of acceptance. Like, forgiveness is literally just accepting the things that you cannot change. That's where your serenity is. That's where your peace is, in forgiveness. Why is forgiveness so important? Because forgiveness is just accepting the things that you cannot change. Whatever you've been through, whatever you went through, you have to accept it because you cannot change it. So the only thing, because hear me out. Hear me out. If you are not forgiving them, you are in denial of it happening, of it affecting you. So that's why it has such, when something happens to you, that's why it has so much power over you, because you haven't forgiven it. Why would I forgive them? Letting them know that it's okay. No, 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 no. Forgiveness is for you because it's saying that even though this happened to me, I am not what happened to me. Okay? Like, I really wish I knew how to put it in words, but because I'm also tapped into this reading that but anyways, forgiveness is literally just accepting the things that you cannot change. That's what forgiveness is. If you were taken advantage of, there is nothing that you can do about it now besides use better discernment. But what you're accepting is the fact that you can't go back 5 years from now and jump into your five year self and change it. Forgiveness is getting that into your mind. Okay, that's what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is not saying they were right and you were wrong. Forgiveness is not that. Forgiveness is just accepting the things that you cannot change. And so if you were in a crazy war and your people in your platoon got injured or killed, forgiveness is accepting that you did your best and that it's not your fault. You can't go back. None of that was in your control. You were following orders. You know what I mean? So that is forgiveness. Forgiveness is acceptance. You are accepting that this has happened. Because if you are not accepting it, that means you are denying it. And that's where that anger and frustration comes in, because a part of you is denying a traumatic experience, and your body and all of you is like, no, 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 I remember this happened. This is making me angry because you're trying to deny it. But when you accept it, when you forgive it, you are saying, I did my best. That's why you forgive yourself, because you're saying, I did my best and I can't go back and change what I did, but I forgive myself because I know that I would never do that again. That, I hope I explained it better, is forgiveness. But the thing about you is you have health, wars and battles, and forgiveness in reverse, which means that if you've never read the book The Body Keeps Score, it actually talks about PTSD patients and how the emotional trauma is stored into their body and how it's hard for them to go out into the real world because they have these stored memories in different parts of their bodies. It's definitely a good book to read. But yeah, so what's holding you back is um the fact that you haven't been able to forgive the situations that you've been in, and it's becoming detrimental to your health. Okay, you have had a lot of physical wars and battles, but especially a lot of mental wars and battles. What do I need to do? Who do I need to become? How do I get through this? How do I let this go? Because you'll know when you've forgiven something. When you've forgiven something, and because when I was dealing with the situations where I gone through this period where I hated my mother because of all the bullshit that she put us through in childhood, even as an adult, her behavior, and just not willing to, you know, do anything about it. Okay, she's the I'm not going to change my stripes type of person. But I mean, I have changed, and I've actually, you know, she's still kind of the same in like the way that she thinks, but I think she's changed a little bit. A little bit is better than not at all. And you know, it's not my I used to be like I used to really, 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 really want to change my mom. I really wanted to change her. I wanted her to be how I envisioned her to be. But that was unrealistic because she has got her own stuff that she's going through. How can she be who I need when she can't even show up for herself? And um and so I had to remove myself from her for a long while, and I had to become mentally strong, and I had to forgive a lot. And at first I thought I'd forgiven her, but being in her presence made me uncomfortable, and it made me angry, and it made me sad, because it's like, I am your daughter. You should I should be enough for you to want to change. And again, going back to working on myself again, and forgiving, and then accepting, and then putting a lot more in perspective. So the one of the ways that I was able to forgive my mother is because I was able to put a lot of things in perspective, like who her mother was. Like, my grandmother wasn't some peachy cookie, like, no, she was mean. So I can only imagine what my mother went through growing up. She doesn't even talk about her childhood. So being in contact with her mom a couple of times, okay, that's all I needed to know. And so I had to put a lot of things about my mother in perspective, and I had to understand that I know better, but that just because I know better doesn't mean that she knows better. And you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped. You can't help someone who has not um is not there yet. And so that me being able to put a lot of things in perspective has helped me forgive my mother. And the way that I knew that I had forgiven her is because when she was brought up in conversations, it didn't rub me the wrong way. It didn't make my heart drop into my toes. Seeing her didn't make me flinch or get uncomfortable. That's how I knew that I had actually forgiven her, but not really her. I just forgiven my childhood. I've forgiven how I grew up. I let go of the embarrassment that I was carrying because I wasn't the one drinking all the time and being loud and being obnoxious. So I had no reason to be embarrassed. So I let that go. Like, she didn't give a F. Why did I care so much if she didn't care? And this is her life. Exactly. So that's what you got to do. Oh, let's continue. That was a mouthful. All right, so what from your past is holding you back? Literally, the story was pretty relevant. Like, you need to do some reflecting and accepting and leave the things behind. The world. Yeah. The world's business is not your business, pile number three. You're not at war with the world, and the world is not at war with you. Everybody on this planet is in a world. I mean, I keep saying it. is in a war with themselves. Everybody's trying to figure out their next move, but really everybody's in war with themselves. Everybody's trying to be a better version of themselves. Everybody's trying to get ahead, okay? Nobody's worried about you like that, pal number three. And I don't mean to sound rude or obnoxious, but you are the type of person that be so focused on what the next person is doing and how they're living their life and how you can change them and how you can influence them. But the person that you need to be giving all that energy and change effort to is yourself. You ever wonder why it makes you so frustrated that you can't change the people around you? Because you're unwilling to change yourself. You're unwilling to make these adjustments that you're trying to push on everybody else. The first person and the only person you can control is you. Is you. So there's really no need for you to get upset because people won't do what you say or people won't change the way you want them to change or change for you. Like, stop. Everybody's dealing with their own stuff, whether they voice it or not, whether you can see it by looking at them or not. Everybody's got their own baggage. And it's not meant for you to judge. It is not meant for you to try to change anybody else but yourself. It's not meant for you to, no, it's really not. People get really upset with you, pal number three, because you're someone that comes off as an imposer. Like you try to impose people to do what you want them to do, and you want them to live and be how you want them to be. Yeah, just knock it off. You want to change something so bad, change yourself. Work on yourself. Adjust yourself. Wow, that is what's holding you back, though. Pile number three, the fact that you yourself actually are going through, or you have a lot of mental back and forth. Got a lot of conflict. Who should I be? Should I be this person that holds on to their victimness, or should I be someone who takes the lead of my life and takes control of my life? Who should I be? Who today will take the lead? It's actually detrimental to your health, though. Constantly being in this battle, constantly being in this struggle. But also taking care of your health, doing things for the betterment of your health will actually help to bring clarity about in your life. And I don't want this reading to seem like I'm like talking down on you on pile number three, because I'm not. I just want this reading to be as it came out how it came out. But I hope you got the message. Okay, it's not about other people. It's about you. You have Earth. This is your spirit message. Learning how to be human in the world, but not of it. Exactly. Your job is not like, because you are like, you have to learn how to ground yourself. You can literally move through life out of body, just kind of like zombified, just out of body. Like, I don't know the best way to explain it, but out of body as in like just more so in your head. Okay, yeah, just constantly in your head, not actually present. You need to learn how to be human. You need to learn how to feel these human emotions. You need to learn how to move through these human emotions. You have the seven star sisters, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. Exactly. You have a lot of stuff bottled in, pile number three. You have messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Yeah. So your spirit message is whatever is holding you back. So emotions are messengers, first of all. And if you really want freedom, pile number three, you have to dance with life. Life is a dance. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow. Don't worry about what you don't know. Life's a dance. You learn as you go. Ooh, listen to that song. Life's a dance. Life's a dance. You learn as you go. Sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow. Don't worry about what you don't know. Life's a dance. You learn Learn as you go. Meditation, pile number 3. Yes. I have the power to create the life I desire. Yes, you do, pile number 3. You need to realize that you have something shocking. We have math. Math is a wonderful thing. So get off your ass, let's do some math, 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 math. I won't tell you where I got it from, but if you know, you know. You are stuck in the past. Wow, isn't that funny? Because this is what from your past is holding you back. The past itself. You are stuck in the past. Not forgiving. In reverse. Okay. Not forgiving them or yourself. Just curious. What are you proving? If you do not want to forgive them, don't. But you have to live with yourself. So forgive yourself. Meditation. Music brings relief. I see your hard work. I'm proud of you. Keep up the good work. So that's what I have for you, pile number 3. Like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that video resonated and helps you along your journey in finding out what from your past is holding you back and how to move forward from there. So I'll see you guys on the next time. Sending big love, big hugs your way.